Good morning, folks. It's 10:44 a.m. on the 27th day, 10th month, 2025. The big bad wolf's about to fuck New Zealand. Really, really bad. Excuse the language, but if you're more concerned about that than the topics I'm going to cover, I suggest you, well, good morning, folks. Keep that. Yep. I can now say that I'm running live. Okay, I do a check like that every day. And what you're seeing here is some of the reported winds that are currently going on. This isn't a forecasted wind; these are actually reported things. These are very, very high. Right, it's in kilometers an hour. Right, this isn't gusts. This is sustained wind calculations. Even over the mainland itself, some of the highway areas and. It's very, very, very high winds. And so I can put in some of the particle animation. It might show up on this to give you an idea of the flow. But just to do your basic calculation, you have a law, so things are coming like that. So it's going to be blowing in there. And as we round corners here, we tend to actually pull dynamics through the atmosphere over toward this each time it oscillates. And as of a couple hours ago, the low itself had just crossed over to the other side of Christchurch, just about. It's sitting right over the top of the country. So what I'm going to do now is run through some of that. And I'll take some of the this current winds. But just so that you see, we picked up winds this morning over here, all 113, 112 kilometers an hour. If I keep getting those mixed up, you'll have to excuse me. I'm also looking at a hurricane, which uses miles an hour. You use Saffir-Simpson scale. I don't. See this reported wind over here coming in sharp? When it hits these mountains, there's going to be a lot of lift. So people on this side, they might see less wind, right? But in these little dips right here, the velocity is going to change when it comes out towards this highway here. So I have a deep concern for high-sided vehicles along the S1. All it needs is the letter T next to it, and it'll look like the word. Well, you got the idea. Hey, Squiggles, you want to go there? Watch it. No, I'm not going to do that because it's just playing about. Right? It took this long to get this forecast up, mainly because of the signal in the city during traffic time is quite low. So this ain't no day to be fannying about. And coming now in about, I think it's about, I'd have to do my calculation again because it said 36 hours ago and I can't remember when I made that post. I don't know why that's up like that. So I'll go back through that. But it was, go look and do your math. In other words, I'm telling you, the day and a half of this crap to still go on. Right? And these are just reported winds. Absolute danger zone through here. Absolute danger zone on the sticky up bits on these slopes, on this side, not this side. This one here is kind of at an angle, so flow will come through a bit more like that. And I think those squares are political lines on the map. Political lines. Mother Nature don't care about your politics. They just want your love. You ever figured that out yet? Why is it a roaring path through here? It's going to be a bit choppy on that lake. I'll tell you what, it's going to hem a lot of bait fish up on this side. Okay, so go fishing when it's done and enjoy that kind of thing. Yeah, you guys going to find some good safe harbor, probably about, I wouldn't want to be right on that end, but I think they're right there, not a bad spot to be. You can get a little bounce out there, maybe here. Good place for the walker to go. Hey, I'm watching out for you guys in many ways. Yeah, lake's going to be very choppy. Yeah, that's just some accumulation over the next 6 hours to be expected. And by the end of the event, you've had most of the moisture come through. Bit more through there. It's like it's a wind event, and what you're going to get. And some of the gusts that I'm expecting to see are going to exceed 120 at some points during this storm. So I now feel this is very accurate, all of this. The forecasted wind accumulation, I think, is finding it to be a bit low. And maybe being played down a bit. So perhaps I can pull that up for you. this graph here, I think. I have a lot of data here that I can pull up. Yeah, this one here. That was the reported winds this morning. The winds gusts over 120 through this following area, and I'm just going to use squiggles to do it because I'm not in agreement with what I'm seeing here. I'm not. It's not high enough. It's almost like it's being played down. So all the flow tells me that this is inaccurate. Right? And you people that say all I do is read windy, I think you sell yourself short. That is inaccurate. That's starting to get accurate. That's starting to get accurate. There we go. I picked that model to be more accurate. Look at these winds off the coast of Christchurch to be expected. Don't you think those shanties and them shacks along the coastline, when this whips around in this direction, isn't going to cause issues in places like here where this river's going to be trying to get stuff out? Look at that. This area there. I wouldn't want to be having my stuff down that recreation area over there at O'Kane's Bay Domain. I would not remain inside a domain. I'd get up on these hills somewhere and be safe and go back down later. Everybody's got to know to be safe. And the wind's coming in like this. I'm going to be roaring. These are current winds that you're seeing up here. The 71 is being recorded right now. That's not a forecasted wind. Yeah, I got this box ticked down here, and it allows me to see reported wind, and not just what we think it is, because I have to have accurate readings. And a lot of these backyard weather stations you guys put up for yourself really do assist in that. So these are no-go zones, okay? Nelson and them 70 kilometer an hour gusts I'm expecting. You're right on the edge because of the direction the winds are coming. You're one beam away from it, guiding it right over the top of you. See the difference? It takes a lot of heat to do that. There's a nuts. Naughty Nazi winds. That was buffed. That's muffs. And that's muff. And here comes comf. You more comfy with that? Yeah, here's some comfy cream. Comfy cream. That's some good stuff. Comfy cream, is that the one that Cannabella makes? Love that stuff. Fantastic product, fantastic product. Cannabella. Smells okay for the fellas. Look at that 100-kilometer winds. Gosh, I have to. The pirates are pissants have sprayed you up to a storm. Lots of nooks and crannies to hide in over your winds going. And this should be in this direction here. Should be very fast, unabated, right across the P. Yeah, this is going to get bad. It'll get bad. And the heaviest winds, like I was saying, is expected right about. You're starting. Get your ass inside, keep your ass inside, get a deck of cards, play some cards. Right now it's currently kicking a lot of tropical stuff over the top of that Antarctic air. Ooh, the Antarctic over there. Boy, did they spray that place. Let's turn some of that off. It's getting almost confusing. A lot of data up there. And we'll roll through a bit of the forecast, so you want to see some of the nasties. These are nasties. Nasty skies, boom, ba plume, boom, boom, boom. Oh, you nasty skies. Yeah, isn't this horrendous? You got back at 1:30 a.m. and you got the Jenny running. Or is that your nickname for your missus? Yeah, Jenny was running. Jenny is the name of a mule. Yeah, Jenny. Got the old Jenny running. Look at these boom boom plumes here. Look at the difference between this deck of clouds and that deck of clouds. And do you see the scalar square formation? There was some great shots of some scalar features off your coast. Easy to spot. It's like they wrote high, high. Are they writing ha ha ha? It is sang by Harn. Und envy sprays the skies, they did not see it. In a gas chamber, and people did not see it. Do you not see the sky? Do you not understand reasons why? It was I sing a rousing rendition of Toilet Seat. Hey, that ain't gonna look like a case of skyry or nothing, does. These are seasoning, so when this comes across the island, it has all the catalyst it needs to continue being a pressure valve to pull a bunch of crap over from ours. Look at this off your coast here. This is a sky crime. You guys be complaining about bombs falling that we say are CGI or wars that are pushed to sell weapons, but yet this right over your head, over the paths of animals, into the water itself. And what kind of memory of this crap that looks like the simulation of a volcano's eruption that's going on out there? Because that was a goal of the Paris Agreement. It's very proposed. He's a King Caldera. Look that up. I think that's his proposal. Somebody named Caldera, like a volcano caldera, was proposing calderas. You see some of this data here. Oh wow! Look at ice. And this was 7:30 a.m. my time. It's dark. But right at sunset, you get a lot of definition in the cloud, where you can see a lot of that. This is just sickness mix, and it's falling out while you're sleeping, while it's getting hot, and you have to have your windows open. Wow. If I'm quiet, it's just because my voice hurts. I'm not feeling 100%. Not even feeling really 50%. That's okay. I'm feeling of enough a percent to give 100%, right? I'm gonna check my sound. That is a bit low. My apologies for that. Look at this wet shape here. I'm telling you, ain't got no radar about. That's a chem line is a shadow. Less light getting through the cloud mask and across that. You can get a tall building, put a big shadow out across the top of the sky. Chem's running so low to the ground, it's like having a movie screen over you. Perfect thing to sign lasers on. Hi, welcome to your Blue Beam special. He went there. The Atlas Blue Beam Theater. CD Square Farms here. There's a lot of nasty weather about up here today. It has occurred. And is going to occur. See what went over, let's show you which Harvey Bay, because they do have some action going on, so I'll pull up some radar. Boom, bada boom, boom, boom. I'm going to go back a little bit, and we can individually frame some of these cells that went over. Here, I'll include you, Bundy. What in this? Do you see the square of that? That's a Chem-Brim deployment going on. Isn't it a big old dump? Dumping in your skies. Was that Yoda showing up there? Demon from a movie? What in the heck kind of looking cloud is that? That's definitely a double-ish sky. Yeah, you had some action to this, so let's pull you up and show it and roll it. And I'm gonna sip a drink. And thank you on this for the signal. We got to use this one. I've been trying to stay connected to the internet. And if it does go off, I'll keep trying to connect so the video will stream better later. Watch this logo over. This seems to be the most accurate to what I saw in the clouds. So I zoom that up. Keep an eye on yourself, Funk, up there, far north Queensland. That whole corridor up there. Oh, I have a little winter time. As soon as that log cleared the island, which is doing now, it's going to whip some cold up into that tropical air, and that's what's going to really fuel a lot more winds coming up this corridor here. So when you get that wind shift, the sides of the mountains on this side, right the south west, the south-southwest, those slopes are then going to be the impact of the wind. So any trees that have been leaning one direction are going to start leaning another. See, I'm very concerned about some of these long avenues again. So don't get caught out on those roads. Don't be risking no safety workers' lives, please. Don't do it. And I'll zoom in on you guys over here right now. I'm going to block you with the hands so you can see it. I'm not going to go too much more further. I just want to get New Zealand out of the woods. Right, and that's your event. But the wind is less than a while. See the isobars, how close together until about that high stretches out towards the lull. Coming on the afternoon hours of Wednesday. You're really going to still see some winds, but they should be abating probably within now about 30 hours. Maybe a little less. I'll do an update on that part. I can probably go look on my phone. I probably will. I did a determinant. I usually don't change my mind because the determinant involves a lot of factors like beans. There's this big blast over eyes over here. Don't tell me Alice Springs didn't. And if I was going to go conspiracy theory, I'd say, did Alice Springs just reply at the Atlas? Is this the waveform of the Atlas download that's coming from it at the frequency of a hydrogen atom? It's very interesting. See the squares of this here in New Zealand? They really pin that flow right over the top of you. That is the only escape route. See this funnel created right here? It's brought the winds right over to Christchurch. So banana hatches there too. I don't want them garbage cans blowing about. Be walking around with an umbrella. See the big scalar square here? Fixing to shut the strait. And then the wind just roars. Bandana hatches, man. Bandana hatches is all I can say. Let's get another little view of that Alice Springs activity out here. The big fryers out here, I'll tell you that, boys. I go heat things up. Bzz, bzz, getting fried, newer order style. I disagree with the Paris Agreement. See all these EMF kind of like singling in on that point up there. It is obviously somebody has the fryer on, and if people are too chicken to fight this kind of stuff, my deepest sympathies for the fried chicken that you have become. Yeah, that was out at sea. That was my ocean. I go back over here and I see the sickness mix easily spot here. Look at everything from this one point, just aiming at you. Or is that some of Kardashian's new pubescent underwear? Oh, chemtrail, 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 boom, 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 go to blooms. That's all I can better than these animators I'm going to get. When you look at the sky underpants, and you want to cry underpants, the shardy skies here, boom, 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 evenly spaced plumes. Not rough, nice, round, puffy, cumulus clouds. It's cumulus clouds. Yep, there's another fried up cloud there with the boom boom plume condensates. With condensatable material, I should say. Dust particles. Yeah, sure, gain of function dust. Yeah, we'll just find a way to put raw minerals in the sky. Minerals that should be encapsulated. Mines, gypsums, aluminas, things you don't want. Kimba Fu. Boy, did you guys get fucked. But boy, it's the big bad wolf. The BBW is coming to town. And for these folks over here, my deepest condolences to anybody that loses any life in this. As I tell you, this is a serious situation. You either take it that way or you don't. Take them downtown. I showed you, now it's your turn. Hi, how you doing, Sydney? Is anything going to happen in Sydney in a couple of days, Robert? Oh, yeah, absolutely. The big whip is coming there. That big whip. It's just storms to be expected. It's just rain. It's got to fall. In everybody's life, a drop of rain must fall. Bugs Bunny, that shit. Hey, where's my sound? Oh, that's a scary whip sound. Yeah, I saw the Big Bang Theory. Yeah. I was thinking about some of you guys. I like the swishy. Wow, that made me clench a bit. That. Yes, someone to exit that. So, anyways, I'm gonna look for. I can see your comments. And this is rolling along. So look where you live. I'll show you the geoengineering conditions today. Any storms that was going across the Bundy area and stuff like that that are common, these are going to be highly electrical. And one of the reasons I say that is this dip down here. Because that one's interacting with this one, right? Which has brought a cold, massive air here that's got snows there in towards here. While this one is also pumping this Antarctic air up, has brought all the cold, warmth, and moisture together for make the perfect storm, highly electrical, tornadic activity to be expected during these events over the next 48 hours. Yeah, you got about, right, gig is up, really. Go to the bottle, or you're going to get wet. I don't advise drinking and driving. But sometimes at night, you might want to get some of your areas done. Yeah, your Poontang, some of them areas, because when this water starts flowing, some of these bottom areas of the back roads are going to become a bit dangerous. You have to go straight and right through the creeks that are predictably going to run over your roads. Yep. Get what you need. Bend down the hatches. The water is going to flow fair through here. 3 and 4 centimeters could come through here in the next 2 days. That's what I'm expecting. There's a lot of moisture out there. Some of the stick up, it's going to do a bit more. Yeah, that's about right. And that's a bit higher than I was expecting. Well, it's more than I'm expecting. That's about what I was expecting. That's what I'm expecting. Hello, Agnes. How you doing? How you doing, Bundy? Tip up a drink. You're going to need it. See, you're just out of the swell of it because the sticky up bits are going to block some of it. So it's going to, but the river here is going to run. Absolutely. The highway's going to get really wet, so you're going to have washover taking out bits of the tarmac. So watch out for that. Yeah, it's a long wetness. And while as I zoom in down here towards the Northern Rivers areas, your gardens are well welcome to this site of, again, it seems a little low actually, because I was thinking he was going to get about 8 through a swath through here in Coff's area. So we're going to watch for this. I'm not 100% convinced about this. Let me see if I see something here to tell me why. So let's get Squigs out. Squigs going to do some homework right in front of you guys. You know, this should be sufficient. For me to I'm on you. Okay, we'll light the turbine. Alright, where's the EMF? Conicity, send some rain through there. Brings those dynamics there. EMF wall pretty well shut off over here. That's a radar. That. So we do got a video open flow through here as this goes down coast. Look at that. That starts to spin. It'll kick dynamics through here. Yeah, you're gonna get some range through here. They're at cutoff line. Byron Bay, you're there. Yeah, you guys gonna cup it? Absolutely. Total's going to be fair high behind this lane. Right through here. Yeah. Yes. The wetness is coming. It's going to be a lot of it. Mine coming all the way back from here. Where's the plunger? That's where they set up a corridor like this and this. Here. And just send the EMF down a solid line of chem. So it's like pushes on it. Like a vaccine. Or something in a hypodermic and squirt water out the end. Well, it's a squirt and hypo move. Everybody got that hypochondritis. Yeah, so let's go back to what they say. Yeah, that seems fair accurate, actually. A little bit more than this. Hey, wooden bong. And I'd be bubbling. The bubbling bong. Killarney. Hey, you kissed the Killarney stone. I like this Gina Jane. Gina Jine. So wet. Jine's wet. It's time to Jin. Merle Willem bada bing bang bong. You're definitely going to have some running waters around there. And what we got here over in Chillingham, Crystal Creek, and all that. Yeah, the creek's going to be running, but I don't really see it causing no huge disastrous flood or anything. But there's going to be some inconveniences over the UK. Sad about the whole all burning. Mount Warning, isn't that a beautiful thing to look at? Couldn't be referred to. Look kind of look to it like a head, but anyways. Woodburn. Oh, at the confluences of the rivers could have some difficulties. But it's not an unconquerable amount, right? It's a long, sustained rain. So it should dissipate. It's not like it's, oh my God, it's 5 centimeters all at once. You got this. This ain't nothing on the huges. I'm more concerned about my manure. All right? So we're going to keep safe in this. We got this. So let's have a little look at the radar now. I was hearing some reports I didn't like. I don't know if this is going to be very accurate. Yeah, picking up your beams is almost laughable there. Hi, do we have any little bit of data today? We can have some data from the master betas, and they bait you to buy this, and they bait you to buy that, and they're baiting you to buy climate change not being caused by man-made weather. It's changing, all right. The climates of politics need to change. Look at the beam on over here at Gimpy. Guilty Gimpy, blasting, forced those storms right over Harvey Bay. Created a heated corridor right through here. Just a slide line. It's a move. Let's look at the rhythm of this storm over here. It looks to be headed towards another giant over there. Out that way. Ah, man, it's going to get wet over there. Mystery Crater. Oh, you guys see that place? That's awesome. Mystery Crater. The coffee can't be greater. There you go. How's we doing in the land of the Tucker Dust up here? Yeah. It's not as bad as it was yesterday. Your reports of some very strange light games in the sky. Like a panning beam, a reflection the other night. See, anybody else hear anything about that? Let's hear some feedback. I'm very curious. Hey, Rocky, how you doing? Looking like a big bell on there for a minute. He was going to piss it down when you see that look there, scrotumized. Yep, there they are, the big balls. Coming right over the top. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that's a big heavy cell. It's carrying a wallet to it. How much we can get at? So every 15 minutes of that is about 2 centimeters. So if that thing comes over for 5 minutes, about 3/4 of a centimeter. See that beam shoot through here? Right through here. That's Gladstone radar. Did that. Watch. Getting fried. Oh, look at Townsville. Absolutely frying. Tell me you don't fuel your own demise by funding things. You get any good BOM images these days from the Bureau of Morons? Because, well, that's every hour. And then that's how much every hour. So we're talking 1 centimeter of rain every 15 minutes from this cell that's getting ready to hit these mountains and then run down into here and then towards this road. And so this road here is going to become fairly unpassable in the low areas. I don't know who lives over near Woodstock, Gyro Road. You buy gyros there, but yeah, I like a kebab as much as anybody else. There's nothing like having a big old kebab in your face. Actually, that'll kind of look like a big kebab there, doesn't it? The big kebab. Now just look at those land features. They're like a funnel, and it's all going to go toward that road. So watch yourselves. It's going to happen imminently. Oh, the big beam. See it flashing? It's got it on the back side, causing a heated outflow towards this to keep pitting this towards this direction here. It's not a very good night over here between Bowen and Townsville. Watch yourself on the Bruce. You find yourself on your caboose. Yeah, the old caboosters. You have the cabooster shot. Right in the caboinkles. and the peduncle, for all that matter. College with big lightning show. But I'd be worried about the tornadic conditions south to you. The clammy windy sky led to the water spout. If no one complained, then drain that swamp out. They blocked the sun and no one did complain. And the only lonely phone guy walks the other way, the other way. I'm really concerned about your lunchtime hours coming along this coastline tomorrow. Yeah, we see this here Gladstone and that is going to be a deadly storm. South end of the storm is this side. So as it pulls its electrical tendril, will tend to drag out some spinners. So I'll be watching for that tomorrow lunchtime. You wet yourself down there. It's gonna get bad. It's gonna get very bad. You hear what I said? Well, take it seriously or not. Whether you believe in geoengineering or not, it can fucking kill you anyhow. It's affecting all our lives anyhow. And yes, these microparticles are so freaking small. They are in the room with you right now. This stuff's been falling out for years. Get your microscope out and look at the dust. Go do it yourself. Otherwise, you just expect to be spoon-fed the truth from a media that doesn't give a monkey's toss except about advertising revenue and how many viewers they get. And sensationalism. And it look like it's this old frowny snake, like a Chinese snake out there in the middle of your ocean, glaring at your ass because you ain't doing nothing about it. The boogeyman is in the sky, and you don't have to ask me why. Stay safe. Big love. Peace, people. Peace. I'm going to come on here listen to some music after this. Out.